Go. Yudalim and Aleph, we're going to start it from the Mishnah. Very quick. Chazara. Misachem bin Asarin. You're allowed to cover your sukkah with boards. Divi Rabbi Yehuda v'Rabbi Meir Oyser. Says the Mishnah, what happens if Nasan la Neser Shurach of Dalit Tfachim? If you put on it a board that's 4 Tfachim, Kishir Vachel Yishin Tachtav, it's kosher, but you cannot sleep underneath it. Point out one detail. The Chaver asked last night, why not sleep underneath it? Why not eat underneath it? Lamaisa, it's interesting that no one, on the page says this, but Mefarshim in the back, the Tzoysis Yomtov, meaning Mefarshim in the Mishnayis, say Hu Adin, it's the same din. It's not specific about sleeping, it's everything. You can't do underneath that board. Okay, two parts of the Mishnah. We're going to focus on part A of the Mishnah. Nothing under the board. Under the board, nothing. But let's get to part B in a moment. We're going to focus, the Rosenthal's here. Soup, Rabbi Rosenthal Jr., soup? Yeah, Vada. He's a real soup guy. Oh, a legend soup guy. He ordered soup. Yeah. Yeah.
Which is probably the same one in that.
Yeah,
book.
it is.
But the gapping between
Oh.
the Mishnah doesn't say anything about.
Correct.
The need for
Correct. I think they just put it there for, as they say, demonstrative purposes, illustrative purposes, just so you have to tell. Yes. Yes.
It can't be used as top, but it can be used
As the wall.
Say I have a 3x4.
Yeah.
Can I use this to make it a 4x4?
What do you mean? Make the big so go wider?
In theory, yeah. I don't have enough stock for $1.
Mm-hmm.
Wood
Mhm.
with that gap. I'll have a tiny sukkah.
Oh, so we have to see. What you're asking is that even if it's puzzle, doesn't mess up your sukkah. That's what you just asked.
Yeah.
That's what you just asked. Very good. Very good. We're gonna get there.
Just can't eat
Very good. We're gonna get there in a moment. Which you're sort of putting part A and part B of the Mishnah right now. Part A said it's usher. Part B said if you do it, just don't sleep underneath it. Let's get there. The Gemara is going to deal with that in one moment.
Wording, I would think.
Correct. Very good. Because the Mishnah has said you can't. Very good. Okay, I'll speak it out now. Good. Rashi says what you said. Rashi says for the fact that the Mishnah says you can sleep underneath it is clear that what? It's a kosher sukkah. Doesn't mess up your sukkah. You just can't be underneath that plank. Now Rashi says some other words which I don't want to get involved in because he makes it complicated and it's a big machlekes. So we'll get there. We'll get there soon. But let's first start the Gemara. Amar Rav. Machlekes, Rabbi Rosenthal Senior definitely needs a cup of soup. There's no shayla. He needs a lot more than a cup of soup. He needs to be into the pot of soup. Amar Rav. Machlekes, it's like the very hot mikvah, like a little bit too hot. Yeah. Amar Rav Machlekes bin Isar and Sheish ben Arba. The Machlekes in the Mishnah between Rav Yehuda and Rav Meir. Rav Yehuda says it's mutter to put the boards on. Rav Meir says it's aser. Is a board that is 4 tfachim. Why? The Rav Meir who says it's aser is like geziras tikra. Why is it aser? It's a dinder abanan. What's the dinder abanan? Is a gezira. The rabbis decree do not make planks of wood as chach. Why? Because it looks like your house and you're going to come to sit inside your house. Shitas Rav in Rameir. Rav Yehuda less like Gzeiras Tikra. Aval, however, b'nisarim she'ein bahen arba, if the boards are not 4 tfachim, divrei hakol sheira, everyone holds its kosher. Shitas Rav, under 4, sounds like you can do whatever you want according to Rav. Very good. Ushmuel Amar, says Shmuel, b'she'ein bahen arba machlokes. When's the debate? If it's not 4 tfachim. Aval, however, yesh bahen arba, divrei hakol psula. So Shmuel learns that everyone holds of the gezerah. Everyone holds that if it's 4, it's possible. Why gezerah? The machlokes is less than 4. Says the Gemara, Ein bahem arba. If it's not 4, Ein bahem, there's not in it, not in the board arba 4. Va'afilu pachos mishleisha. Ask the Gemara, if it's even less than 3, it's gonna be a machlekes. There are shitas that are gonna say it's possible. Hakanim ba'almaninu. What is it? It sounds like anything less than 4. 3, 2, 1. What do you mean? How could that be possible? According to anyone. Amar Rav Papa, you're right. So Rav Papa now is explaining to us Shitas Shmuel. Amar Rav Papa, Hachi Kamar, this is what Shmuel meant. Yesh bahen arba. If it is 4 tfachim, divrei hakol psula. Everyone holds its puzzle. Why? Gzeira derabbanan. No one's arguing as to the why. Pachais mishloisha, according to Shmuel, divrei hakol ksheira. Why? My taima kanim ba'almaninu. It's just a read, just a beat. Ki pligi. What's the machlokes? Mei shloisha ad arba. From 3 until 4. Mar savar kivan de lesnayu shir makaim. Since it does not have lesnayu, it's not in it. In what? In this board, shir makaim, the space, the size of a makam. What's the size of a makam? A halachic makam. Very good. 4 tfachim. Therefore, loy gazrinan, says Rabbi Yehuda. Umar savar Rameir holds kivan de nafgalu mitayras lavod gazrinan. End of Chazar. Let's just finish the soup, or else it's going straight to the garbage. No, let's pour David a cup. Come. Kimdi. Oh, this is like, the stuff in the bottom is the best. Oh, now I get over my hands. Baruch Hashem. You thought I just give shir. You didn't know. You did not know. Baruch Hashem. No, who wants who wants the veggies on the bottom? No, Chavro, Rabbi Avi. Avi wants to try it. Avi's going to try it. I am that guy. Yes. I'm going to make you try it. Now I'm going to make you say it's good also. No, who else? No, Chavro, let's finish it off. No. I have this old. I live in a. Baruch Hashem. Here, Chavro is one that here. Kogi says share the shirayim on the bottom. Okay, Chavro on Zoom. I apologize. You got to work out a way to deliver food to your house. Okay, we'll work on it. Are we clear? Very good. In nofak means goes out. It leaves. It goes out from the tayras lavud, from the size of lavud, meaning lavud is 3 tfachim. Once it leaves 3 tfachim, gazrinan, then we make a gezeira that it would be puzzle. Very good. End of machlokes Rav Shmuel, machlokes Rameir, Rav Yehuda. We so far explained part A of the Mishnah. We have not explained part B of the Mishnah. Are we all clear? If we were to say part A of the Mishnah, it's machlokes Rav Yehuda kasher Rameir puzzle. Why? Machlokes Rav Shmuel. Rav, the machlokes is when it's 4, if there is a gezerah. Shmuel, everyone holds of the gezerah. Everyone holds of it's 4, it's puzzle. Machlokes between 3 and 4. Beautiful. If you're thinking, it just comes out, just to take the thought process one step further. According to Rav, it's a fundamental machlokes in the Mishnah. It's fundamental machlokes. Is there a gzeira? According to Shmuel, it's not as fundamental, the machlokes. Everyone agrees there's a gzeira. Just the question is, at what point is that the gzeira? Okay, if that made it easier, great. If that confused you, forget what I just said. Tanan, we learned in a Mishnah. What Mishnah? Hopefully it will sound familiar in a moment. Nosan aleha neser. The end of the Mishnah, very good. You placed on the sukkah board, shurachav arba tvachim, which is 4 tvachim wide. Said the Mishnah, ksheira ubavachli yishin tachtov. So says the Gemara in classical sense. Let's see, does this work with Rav? Does this work with Shmuel? Shlama l'Shmuel. I understand according to Shmuel. De Amar, that he says, B'she'ein ba arba amos machlokes. That when is the machlokes Reb Meir and Reb Yehuda? Is when it's not 4 tfachim. Aval, however, yesh bahen arba, once it is 4 tfachim, divrei hakol psula, everyone holds its puzzle. Misham hachi lo yishon tachtov. Was?
The Mishnah says ksheira.
Nein.
It says ksheira bilvad yishon tachtov.
Nein. So in the Tanakama, the Mishnah, when Rameir said aser, he never said it puzzles your sukkah. Aser, which means once it's 4 tfachim, it's going to be aser, and that you just can't sleep underneath it. No one ever said in the Tanakama, in the Ganze Machlokes Rav and Shmuel. Shmuel said, Yish ben arba divrei hakol psula. Psula what? Psula lishan tachtov. Ma baya. It's gewaldig. I mean, maybe not, aber Right now, it's gewaldig. Again, let's just speak out what just happened. The end of the Mishnah said, two halves of the Mishnah. First half of the Mishnah, machlekes. Second half of the Mishnah, you take a 4 tefach thing, said the Mishnah, kshera, referring to, as Rav Yehuda, you pointed out, the whole sukkah, but don't sleep underneath it. So according to Shmuel, that's beautiful. Everyone holds, according to Shmuel, once it's 4 tefachim, then what? There is a gezerah. So everyone holds, according to Shmuel, you can't sleep under something that is 4 tefachim. So it's gewaldik. Everyone would agree with the seifa. So when Shmuel reads this Mishnah, it reads beautifully. Tanakama of the Mishnah, first part of the Mishnah is a machlekes when between 3 and 4. Second part of the Mishnah is saying that everyone agrees with 4. According to Shmuel, it's beautiful. Rav, but according to Rav, that's the Gemara. The Amar, Bishiyesh ben Arba Machlekes. Rav said the Machlekes is when it is 4. Meaning, Aval ein bahen arba, Divrei Hakol Kshera. The Rebbe Yehuda, who says that when it's 4, according to Rav, it's kosher. Amai lo yishan tachtov. The end of the Mishnah doesn't read. The Mishnah began. Rav Yehuda says a beam is kosher. Rav Meir says it's possible. According to Rav, what do those words mean? Rav Yehuda says it's kosher when there's a 4 tefach beam. Rav Meir says it's possible when there's a 4 tefach beam. Continues the Mishnah. If you put up that 4 tefach beam, what happens? Don't sleep underneath it. So according to Rav Meir, gewaldik. Well, how does Rav Yehuda learn the end of the Mishnah? So everyone here is wondering, well, who said the end of the Mishnah has to fit with Rav Yehuda? That's the teretz. But let's appreciate the kasha is that according to Rav, the Mishnah does not read. Answers the Gemara, mi savris divrei hakoli. Who told you, mi savris? Who holds divrei hakoli that the end of the Mishnah is everyone? Seifa asan li Rebbe Meir. The Seifa goes according to Rav Meir, according to Rav. A beautiful kasha, a beautiful teretz. The kasha was that the Mishnah reads much easier according to Shmuel. According to Rav, how do you read the end of the Mishnah? The answer is you don't. It only reads according to Rebbe Meir. Let's start the next case. Then we're going to stop so we can get this down back. Because it happens to be, this is a classical Gemara, which is the reason why it's very good to work on reading it, in that the words, it's a classical Gemara setup. It happens to be it's a little bit of a cheshbon that you have to keep the names and faces, but in the reading, this is, you don't get more typical than a Gemara like this, a Mishnah, 2 shitas in the Mishnah, a kasha from the end of the Mishnah, a teretz, beautiful. Tashima, says the Gemara, another kasha, Shnei Sadinim, 2 sheets, a Sadin is a sheet. Says the Brisa, Mitzdarfin, combine together. Shnei Nisarim, 2 planks of wood, as we move over to Amud Beis, in Mitzdarfin. So sheets are Mitzarif and wood is not. Rabbi Meir Omer, says Rabbi Meir, Af Nisarim Kisadinim, that they are Mitzdarfin. Now, what does it mean they're Mitzdarfin? We're using these sheets, they're up on top by Maischach. So Mitzdarfin, the simple meaning is that they combine at some level to passel my sukkah. At what level and what size, the Brisa doesn't say. We're just going to start this because it's really going to continue for the next 8-10 lines, and then really for the next 20 lines, as we're going to have 2 Lishayne. So we'll leave that for tomorrow night. But let's just read, let's just start to understand. Bishlama lishmuel de'amar. When did Shmuel say there's a machlekes? Bishe'ein bahem arba machlekes. Shmuel said that the machlekes in the Mishnah is when it's not 4 tfachim, aval. However, yesh bahen arba, if it is 4 tfachim according to Shmuel, divrei hakol psula, Shmuel held once it's 4 tfachim. Everyone agrees it's possible. So my mitzdarfin, what does the brisa mean that the sheets or the wood is mitzdarif? mitzdarfin l'arba. It's mitzdarif to hit 4, meaning if you have 2 sheets, each one 2.2 tfachim wide, it's mitzdarif. Now it's 4.4 tfachim, and everyone holds it's possible. So according to Shmuel, it's very good. You can anticipate the kasha. El Rav Amar v'sheyesh behen arba machlokes. Aval eid b'hem arba divrei hakol kisheira. How do you learn the brisa? So that's part. We can do a job fast. We can do it again tomorrow. Hey chidami, if it does have 4 tfachim, lamali litztarufe. What are you combining for? Once it's 4 tfachim, it's basal. Idelash buarba. If it's not 4 tfachim, amai. What's the reason that even could be mitzdarif? Vakana be'almaninu, according to Shmuel. So answers the Gemara something we don't understand. La'ilam, we're asking, excuse me, according to Rav. Thank you. We're asking, says the Gemara, we're going to do this end of the Gemara again. La'ilam de isbu arba, umay mitzdarfin l'arba. What does that mean? We've learned this. Yeah, something different. We're going to come back to the end of this Gemara. For now, this last shtickle we can I don't say forget about, but let's do a chazara of we have 3 minutes. We can read from the Mishnah through the Gemara's kasha from the Mishnah, the Gemara's teretz that Sefer is going with Rameir, and b'siyat Shemaya. We'll pick it up from here tomorrow. Sushi tomorrow night, b'siyat Shemaya Chavra.